Okay, good evening. Good evening, everyone. How is everybody? Yeah, that just sounded okay. How is everybody? Yeah, it's a very nice night, isn't it? It's very exciting. So we're going to start in about 10 minutes, okay? But before we do, I want to make certain that cell phones are off, or at least they're on vibrate, okay? Is that all right? You can take lots of pictures and lots of selfies and whatever, but keep the ringings down, please. And then know that when students are receiving their diplomas, there will be photographers up here to get pictures. So we want to make certain the aisles are kept clear. That'll make certain that everything is safe. We don't expect any problems, but of course, we want the graduates to have free access to the stage. So please stay out of the sidewalks once the ceremony has begun. The photographs that'll be taken should be available within 24 hours, so that's a good thing, and you'll have them this weekend. Again, we're going to start in about 10 minutes. And thank you, and of course, welcome to Holy Names University. He's over there. Oh, okay. Okay.
And that's it.
So everybody in a red shirt is available. There's a problem. Let me think about it. We got sorry. I don't know what to do. That's universal. April. April. Good evening again, everyone. So we're going to get started pretty soon here, so please take a seat. And remember, turn off cell phones, or at least put them to vibrate. And please remember to stay out of the aisles. We have plenty of photographers. And please notice all these folks in bright red. If there's any problems tonight, just let them know. You all must be pretty excited, right? Students have worked really hard for this moment. Yeah. Well, I know they're very proud of all of you and all the support that you've given them. So thank you. Okay. Good evening. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 138th Annual Commencement of Holy Names University.
Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Mike Grainer, and I'm president of Holy Names University. It is my great privilege to welcome you all today to this very special event, the day we honor our graduates for a job well done. Graduates, this is your special day. You've made it here with perseverance, a lot of hard work. But before we get started honoring you, I have a job for you to do. I'd like you to all stand up, please. I know from my own experience, you had encouragement, help, prayers, and support from family and friends along the way. Graduates, please look around you, and whether they are here today or in your hearts and minds, because they can't be here, give those who encouraged you, helped you, prayed for you, and supported you a hearty round of applause. Thank you. Please be seated. I'm pleased to invite Caitlin Cara Alegre Thierry to the podium. Caitlin is a candidate for a Master of Arts in Educational Therapy. Originally from Oakland, she received her Bachelor's of Arts degree from Mills College and has been working at Northern Light School as a development assistant and teaching middle school art. Following graduation, she would like to be an educational therapist for low-income, first-generation American and immigrant families in the San Francisco Bay Area. Caitlin will lead us in our invocation.
Please stand. We have been brought together right here, right now, to give thanks and feel joy. Our aim is to live a spiritual life that is awakened by joyous freedom, resulting in a heart that is open and compassionate always. Our gratitude is our gracious acknowledgement of all that sustains us. In gratitude, we kneel in reverence for our blessings of good fortune, as well as the obstacles that we face. With gratitude, we feel no jealousy or judgment, no envy or compare. We receive with awe the offerings that support our life and every single life. Through gratitude, we give rise to joy, our very own, and more significantly, the joy of others. Because of joy, our heart is gladdened for those we love, for moments of goodness, for opportunities of struggle, for the earth and its abundance, for life itself. As this joy grows, we discover a happiness without cause, and we can rejoice in simply being alive. Right now, we can practice a feeling of gratitude and joy by reflecting on how year after year, each of us has cared for our own life and cared for our life's purpose, all to arrive at this exact moment. And perhaps it is just as appropriate to acknowledge anything and everything that has supported us in this care. There are many joys to consider at this time. So many, it is quite possible that our thoughts are pulled from this opportunity to give thanks. But if we could stop and take a minute to quiet our minds and be still, we could hold ourselves in awe of the constant miracle we all live in, with appreciation and profound gratefulness. Sometimes it helps to close your eyes. You can also bring your attention to your breath, using it as an anchor to hold you in this present moment. And anytime you become distracted, gently bring your awareness back to your breath, going in and out, anchoring you here and now. Now that we are all a little more open and spacious, we can really reflect on gratitude. We have so many wonderful gifts for which to give thanks. The most precious gift, the gift of life itself. On the most basic level, we are alive and breathing. We may have difficulties and experience pain from time to time, but in many ways, we have a healthy life compared to others. We have the gift of talent and ability. We can think and create. We can research and discover. We can guide and educate and illuminate. We have the gift of freedom and opportunity to learn and study, to praise and worship, to speak out, to stand up, to inspire change. We have the gift of relationships, those who gave us life, those who raised us, nurtured us, loved us, those who taught us to speak and understand. We have the gift of support, those who invested in our ambitions and aspirations, those who taught us and guided our yearning minds, those who challenged us, encouraged us, and motivated us, those who showed us kindnesses, great and small. We have the gift of good fortune, a safe place to live, beauty in nature, nourishment from the earth, warmth and shelter, the joyful efforts of others who work hard to make life worthy of our gratitude, many others whom we have never met or barely know. We have the gift of this moment. There is so much to feel grateful for in this moment. Notice how it feels in your body. Allow that feeling to overflow into joyous blessing all around you. Now, let any thoughts, images, or feelings dissolve like a cloud dissolving in the sky, and let your mind rest. Amen. Please be seated.
Good evening. My name is Stephen Borg, and I'm the chairman of the Board of Trustees of Holy Names University. It is my pleasure to introduce to you this evening our commencement speaker, Rebecca Eisen. Rebecca's biography is in your program, but I'd like to share a little bit more with you. Rebecca is uniquely qualified to speak about the role of higher education in our society and about the changing needs of the workforce in California. Rebecca has been a member of the California State University Board of Trustees since 2012 and has been chair of the board for nearly 2 years. The CSU system is made up of 23 campuses across the state, educating 484,000 students each year. Like Holy Names University, the student body of CSU is among the most diverse in the United States. Sustaining 150,000 jobs, or 1 in 10 jobs in the state, and generating over $17 billion in economic activity created by related expenditures, CSU is formidable in higher education. Rebecca and her board grapple with similar issues as HNU and other universities: accessibility and capacity, budget gaps, compensation, boosting graduation rates, relevance, and career readiness. She understands the trends and challenges in higher education. But especially for our graduates, Rebecca has something to say about the changing needs of the workforce. Nearly half of the state's Bachelor of Arts degrees are awarded by CSU. 3.4 million people in the California workplace are CSU graduates. And specifically at the graduate level, 64% of Californians with a master's degree in public administration graduated from CSU. More than half of our teachers are graduates of CSU. CSU graduates more nurses, police, and firefighters than any other university in the country. So Rebecca has something to say. Besides CSU, Rebecca is a neighbor of ours, living here in the Oakland Hills, where she raised her family. She is also very involved in the Oakland community, most notably serving on the board of Oakland School for the Arts, a public charter school in the uptown area of downtown Oakland, which was founded 15 years ago by then Mayor Jerry Brown. I have the pleasure to serve with Rebecca on the OSA board, where she is chairperson. She has demonstrated a lived commitment to diversity and making education accessible to the underserved as a path to social mobility. As a recent retiree from her law career, if you want to call her retired, she is also a student of the world, frequently traveling off to far and exotic corners of the world as a lifelong learner. Please help me welcome Rebecca Eisen to Holy Names University.
Wow. Sounds like this is going to be a very heavy speech I'm supposed to give you, but I didn't get that message. Well, thank you so much, Chair Borg, for that very generous introduction. And I'm going to take you up to Sacramento with me to give the exact same speech to the legislators who are not sufficiently funding the CSU. Thanks to President Grainer and to the faculty. I see all the faculty around the corner from me, and the staff and the guests who are all sharing the dais with me. I really am grateful that you included me in this wonderful day. Thanks especially to the 105 graduate students who I believe I am looking at, and we are honoring you today because you have accomplished something remarkable. Let me tell you a little bit about speaking at a commencement. This is not my first time. I don't really want to remember my first time, but I am going to tell you about it. As Chair Borg said, I am on the Board of Trustees of the California State University, but when I was appointed for the very first time 6 years ago, they asked me if I would attend a commencement at Cal State East Bay, which is just down the road from us here. And I, of course, was honored and pleased. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what it was going to be like. But they put me in a robe like this and said, follow the president as he walks out. They'll be playing some music. There's a name on your chair. So I thought, I wonder how long is this going to take? We had 3,500 students who were getting a degree. So I opened up my program as I was walking, and I said, well, okay, so presentation by the president, that made sense, and right underneath it, it said, Trustee Eisen's remarks. Oops. Nobody told me I was supposed to give any remarks at all. I had exactly 2 minutes to prepare them, and thank you, Chair Borg, for giving me a little more heads up for this one. I know how hard you've worked for the degrees that you are receiving today, and I know that you've worked really hard to receive them in what has been a pretty tumultuous couple of years in the greater world outside of this beautiful campus. I was the first person in my family to attend college, and my guess is that many of you are the first person in your family to attend college. So it's an experience to go out there and to learn about what college life is like. It was also a tumultuous time when I started college. I know this is going to date me, but in the first year that I was at UC Berkeley down the road, the very first year I was there, Martin Luther King was assassinated, Robert Kennedy was assassinated, and we had a war on that was taking the lives of our fellows, people who are the exact same age we were. So there was a lot of student activism at the time. And one of the consequences of that student activism is that when we were ready to get our degrees, someone decided that we would not have a graduation ceremony. It wasn't in keeping with the time to have a graduation ceremony. And I have to tell you, I regret that. I do not regret the student activism. I think we, in fact, did do a lot to end that horrible war. But moments like this, I've come to understand, are precious, and they are rare, and they should be celebrated. And I am so happy to be here with you celebrating them. So I got a bachelor's degree, but like you graduates, I didn't launch immediately into a career. I decided I wanted to learn more. So I went to graduate school, and I got a graduate degree, a master's degree in English from San Francisco State. It's not quite as weighty a degree as the ones you are receiving. I am so impressed with what you have mastered. But I did learn some things. I learned a lot about literature, a lot about writing, a lot about the power of language, and a lot about grammar. And I still get very irritated in the grocery store when I see those signs that say 12 items or less. That is not right. No, 12 items or fewer. I did learn a lot more in graduate school than good grammar. One of the things that happened to me is that my curiosity, which I think really can be learned and is learned in higher education, was really fired up in graduate school. And I'm so happy about that because it has been a blessing all of my life to be a curious person. You know, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, they have had some substantial accomplishments in their lives. Both of them attribute that to their curiosity. They think that is the one trait that really sent them as far as they went. I know you have that trait. I know you have had it nurtured here at Holy Names, and I know you will continue to nurture it into the future. I also got a second graduate degree, as Chair Borg mentioned, a Juris Doctorate degree, they called it, a law degree. And by the way, faculty, it says doctorate, so why don't they call lawyers Dr. so-and-so? I've always wondered that. Hopefully somebody will tell me at the end of the day. So chapter 2, I call it, of my life was spent practicing law. For 36 years, I practiced law in San Francisco at what turns out to be the largest law firm in America. It was a wonderful career. Everything I learned as a graduate student helped me. Everything I learned in higher education propelled me forward, and it was a terrific way to live. Now I'm in what I call chapter 3. Some people call it retirement. As Steve Borg said, I'm not a retiring person. So I don't love the word, but I have to say my lifelong learning skills that I picked up in higher education are really serving me well in this new chapter of my life. I am on the board of the California State University. I'm the chair of the board now. It is the largest university in America, which the parents are pretty astonished to hear at our commencements. We have over 3 million alums from the California State University, and they include some people you've heard of. Steven Spielberg is a Cal State alum. Billie Jean King, please tell me you know who that is. is a Cal State alum. This one I know you'll know. Ryan Kugler. Yes. The director of Black Panther is a Cal State alum. And your president, Michael Grainer, is a Cal State alum. So we have some notables in our collection of alums. But what has really impressed me in preparing this speech for you today is how similar Holy Names is to the Cal States. It is similar in that it serves an extraordinarily diverse student body. Both institutions have the mission of uplifting through education. Both truly impact and change students' lives. And when you change students' lives, you change the community. And when you change the community, you change the world. I hope you are extraordinarily proud of your degree from Holy Names University. This is a terrific institution. So, exactly. Exactly. So Chair Borg alluded to this. I am an avid traveler. I have now been to 75 countries. I am also an avid birder. Does anybody know what a birder is? A bird watcher. These are my passions, and I have been able to indulge them a lot during this chapter 3. And these are the passions that lead me to that part of the commencement speech, which is apparently required, where I give you advice. Every commencement speech has a portion in it where the commencement speaker gives advice. And so here it comes. You know, the chancellor of the California State University told me once that the students, the graduating students, are not always that excited to get advice from the commencement speaker. So he's really boiled it down in his speeches. He says this to the graduating seniors: use sunblock, even if it's cloudy, you're gonna need it. Use sunblock. Number 2, floss your teeth. You're gonna really be grateful someday that you followed that advice. Now, I have 2 additional pieces of advice, and they're not quite as pragmatic. First has to do with my passion and the idea of a passion. Some people call it an obsession, but I prefer the word passion. So I know that in your lives, you are going to get great satisfaction from your work. That will be a huge dimension in your life. And you will also get incredible joy from your family and your friends, and that will be a second huge dimension of your life. But my suggestion is that you add a third dimension, your own passion. And it doesn't really matter what it is. It could be hip-hop dancing. It could be mushroom hunting. It could be trying to rid the world of the scourge of plastic straws, which I hope you're already working on. Develop a passion, because it will give your life that third dimension. And as I know, having seen Black Panther in 3D, it is better in 3D than in 2D. The second piece of advice I want to give you has to do with my birding passion. You know, you have received and are going to receive with your degrees today the equivalent of a passport that you will use in the journey that we will call the rest of your life. And my advice is this: when you take that journey, bring binoculars. I know that sounds crazy, and I don't mean it literally, although it's not a bad idea to always have binoculars with you. And by the way, parents, binoculars are a fantastic graduation gift, if you haven't already done that. What I mean by that is when you go on this journey through the rest of your life, you should look at things closely. Take the time to look at them closely. Take the time to see the incredible diversity and the glorious beauty that still exists in this world. And my guess is that if you do that, you are going to take amazing care of this planet, and she needs that. And you will have changed the world. So again, I give you my congratulations, the word you are going to hear more often than any other today. Congratulations. Safe travels to the many places your degrees will take you. Thank you.
Rebecca, thank you for your inspiring remarks. It is now our honor and privilege to bestow on you this honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters. Welcome to the Holy Names family.
This is the family I want to belong to.
At this time, the Holy Names University Chamber Singers will perform 2 short songs, their traditional Gaudeamus Igitur and Soli Deo Gloria by Paul Kickstadt. Marnie Strom, a member of the class of 2018, will conduct the chamber singers.
Gaudeamus igitur, jubiles sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, jubiles sumus. Post jucundam juventud, post molestam senectut, nos aperitus. Nos aperitus. Vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat Academia, vivat professores, vivat membram quodlibet, vivat membram quodlibet, semper siet in glore, semper siet in glore. Gloria, Gloria, Soli Deo Gloria, Gloria.
Candidates for master's degrees will now be presented. President Grainer, the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements for the master's degree. Candidates for the Master Degree of Arts in Counseling Psychology. Tia L. Barnes. Diana Christine Lacey. Natalia Angelique Giles. Fram Saturn. Tamika Burnett. Allison Marie Winnett. Sarah Jemmy. Demetra Janelle Barnes. Kaina Terrasas Walker. Kia Denise Taylor. Candidates for the Master of Arts in Forensic Psychology. Dominique Denise Foster. Shawned Elizabeth Warren. Clara Maxine Fernandez Huron. Scarlett Yang. Alexandra Grace Schlager. Satima Flaherty. Katrina Latrice Gross. Mia Esperanza Brown. Trevor Alexander Arsenault. Master of Arts, dual degree, counseling and forensic psychology. Adriana K. Martinez. Master of Arts in Educational Therapy. Kimberly Lynn Welly. Drew Lau Regent. Barbara M. Yusasan. Caitlin Cara Allegre Thierry. Alberta McNeil James. Marianne Molinari. Masters of Business Administration. Tom Tang Wang. Maxim James Shoup. Amanda Patricia Boyd. Serena Marie Ehoff. Sabina Colette Gerard. Juan de la Cruz. Megan Dixon. Stephanie Hernandez. Masters of Education. Yadira del Carmen Munoz. Latanya Mocha Sheldon. Noe Gonzalez Alfaro. Marcus DeCou. Rebecca Mossbarger Moreno. Mary Angela Thomas. Robin Danielle Wilkes. Gerald Lowe, Gerald H. Lowe. Jennifer Julia Judge. Jahi Charles Stephen Johnson. Masters in Music Pedagogy. Marlena Fa'aui Segi. Masters in Music Kodai. Marnie Lynn Strom. Kelsey Jean Allen. Masters of Science in Nursing. Eva Lawrence Kinney. Marissa Barrientos Campos. Delicia M. Alexander. Ellen Hermenio Hall. Carla Feliciano Bautista. Jessica Maria Delgado. Lisa Marie Horn. Devinder Kaur Carlel. Olivia Artesia Almeida. Elizabeth Gray Monahan. Iwuma Odim Ochuru. Chizoba S. Udo Okoye. Daniel W. Sagai. Maria Lewis Nunes. Rahitha Maria Thomas. Mahalia McCoy. Eugenia Pamela Robin Mosley. Family Nurse Practitioner Certificate. Ramneek Kaur Kalon. Educational Therapy Certificate. Kathleen Malloy Allen. Single Subject Credential. Thelma Beatrice Woods. Mild Moderate Credential. Linda Y. Diem Nguyen. President Greiner, the following candidates have fulfilled the requirements for their certificate in educational therapy, postmasters and family nurse practitioner, credential in multiple subjects, single subject, and primary level. Will the candidates for master's degrees please rise for the conferring of your degree?
Not yet. Okay. By virtue of the authority bestowed on me by the Board of Trustees of Holy Names University, it is my privilege to confer upon each candidate here assembled the master degree earned with all honors, privileges, responsibilities pertaining thereunto. This is the class of 2018. Thank you. Yesterday I had the privilege of attending an event that commemorated the 150th anniversary of the Sisters of the Holy Names here in Oakland. It was a wonderful event. And one of the key speakers at that event, I'm pleased to present to you today, Sister Cynthia Canning, a member of the Board of Trustees of Holy Names University since 1981. We are pleased that Sister Cynthia will be leading us in the final blessing.
I was assured that this would be in here. Got it. As we conclude this ceremony, so full of meaning for our graduates, as we acknowledge the courage, determination, and pure grit that has brought them to this moment, let us lift them up to our loving God, the God who has known them and loved them and been with them on this journey and every day of their lives, the God who accompanies them as they go forth from this campus tonight into all that awaits them. Loving God, creator and sustainer of life, we ask your continued blessing on these, our graduates. In their years here, they have met opportunities, faced challenges, known the support and care of teachers and mentors, and built relationships that have shaped the persons they are today. May they use the wisdom and knowledge they have gained here as blessings for others. May they always listen for the whisper of your grace as they move through their lives. May the advanced degrees they have earned bring them new opportunities and broader horizons. And may they be generous in using them to build up and enhance the lives of others in new ways. Give them strength and grace to make wise and courageous decisions. When they make mistakes, give them hope and renewed direction. May they carry this university's mission, values, and belief in the dignity of every human person into all the corners of the world, where they will live and work, pray, and play. May they always be mindful of those who suffer injustice and deprivation of any kind. May they be quick to reach out their hands and work for justice, equality, and peace. And may they know that they are loved and cherished here on this campus, that there will always be a welcome home for them. May their integrity and goodness be a gift to our world, and may your spirit be with them always. Amen. God bless you.
Once again, thank you everyone for attending this wonderful event. Once again, congratulations to our graduates. I want to remind all of you that following this ceremony, you're all invited to join us in the St. Francis Courtyard, which is just inside the Brennan Hall over here to my left. Please remain in your places until the academic procession has recessed, and then it's time to party. All right. Thank you.